What's going on, y'all? Worth Fabian. We are back with a reaction video, man. We're doing a reaction to teachers are quitting, kids are bad, have horrible parents that can't read, and are addicted to their phones, man. This is Anton Daniels' reaction. And before we hop in, I've been saying this, the whole smartphone pandemic is what we should call it, because this is an atrocity. It's pretty much destroying children's mental capacity. There is no communication. There is no community any longer. But let's go ahead and hop into the video, man. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let me know y'all's thoughts.
Me as a substitute teacher, I'm going to let you know this now. Your kids are cooked, brother. Cooked. I was substituting for this ELA teacher. If you don't know what that is, that means English Language Arts. I was subbing for this English class, 8th grade English class. I kid you not, she gave them the most easiest assignment ever. And the assignment was basically, I did that 2 minutes. 2 minutes, read the story, answer, because the answers are in the story. Bro, I kid you not, these students, they talking about some, oh, I don't want to read all that. Oh, this is too hard. Too hard? Bro, it didn't take me that long to read through it, at least skim through it to find the answers.
Attention deficit. Attention deficit. That's the biggest thing, man. It's like I've always said, it's the microwave era. In one ear, out the other. You know, nowadays, an artist releases an album, 2-3 weeks later, it's old. They're on a time clock again. Information is not retained. Common sense is not used. Critical thinking is not used. Research is not used in today's modern era. I don't feel like is overly used. You know how you just said, I don't feel like reading the whole story. I want to be on TikTok. I want to scroll. Oh, that's, I don't know. It's like mush brain. Children's brains nowadays are just, there's no complexity to developing the brain or the mind. It's all about how much can I scroll? How much information will TikTok give me? People are leveraging TikTok for insights now. Let me go on TikTok and see if they have the answer. It's like, wow.
That's what our teacher used to always tell us. If you don't know the answer, skim through it and look for the answers. Bro, they asking me, what is this? What is that? They can't even stay off their phone for a few seconds. I catch a student on their phone 20 seconds into the class. It even got to a point, I even told them, I even read it to them and everything, gave them the answers, and they still failed. I'm like, how? How?
How does that happen?
I've subbed for many schools, and like I said, these kids don't want to read anything. They don't want to read. They don't want to work. Nothing. They just come to school. Bro, they just come to school with an empty pack.
This is sad, honestly. Like, I would, you know me, I like to make light of things and I like to joke a little bit. But I'm not even in a joking mood when it comes to this situation because it starts at home. It starts at home. And it doesn't matter what school district that you move your kid into. It doesn't even matter if you have resources sometimes. If you are a trash parent, and one thing that I've learned, and I've been observing this data over a period of years, when I went and I took a tour for my daughter's school when she first got into high school and she's a senior, one of the things that they've done and then that they continue to do is that they make them lock their phones up before they actually enter class, and that's whether they go into cooking class or whether they go into, calculus. These kids are cooked because they can't do anything outside of their phones. They can't even have a conversation, a normal conversation, without sounding like an idiot. And that's the truth.
That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. I mean, I even recall working jobs to where, like, I think, yeah, we had signed disclosure agreements, and they were worried that you were going to capture information through your phone. So there was actually, like, I wouldn't call it a locker room area, but a locker type of area to where you could lock up your belongings. The only way you could check your phone is if you went outside of a room that was actually, you had to use a fob to get outside and re-enter. So due to the classification of the assignment we were on, they didn't want anybody using a smartphone, taking pictures, maybe taking surveillance of any of the marketing tools, software, ad copy, whatever it was that we were using. So I agree with Anton to that point, to that extent, that there should be some type of wall, some type of restriction in terms of entering the classroom with the phone. Because we're all guilty of it, because this is what society has advanced to. AI, Google search, being able to look up recipes on YouTube, TikTok. People, and it's not even just kids that are guilty of this, and that's the cold, hard reality. Adults are guilty of this. You ever hear an adult say, my whole life is in my phone? They got a whole calendar. They're scheduling. Everything is in the phone. If they didn't have the phone, cooked. Maybe their assistant is always on some type of smart device. Sir, you have an appointment at 2:00 today. So it's one thing to where your life revolves around it and you don't know how to separate, real lifetime from your actual career, the aspects of your career. People come home, they're still working. Families sit at the dinner table, everybody's got their phone up, scrolling, no conversations being had. It starts at home for sure. But I don't think that when you step outside those doors, there's any policing in that aspect. You're still going to be scrolling on the phone. You got to use it to text and call, to stay in communication with your parents when you need to get picked up from school. But yeah, you don't need to be using the phone all day, or you don't need to be texting your parents in class. But there should be some type of law passed or some type of ruling when it comes to schooling, that once you enter the classroom, let's put all our phones into this bucket. When the class period ends, you can grab your phone. That would help slightly. That would slightly help kids focus within the classroom. But we're in a cut corners kind of era, to where even the gentleman in the video was saying that he was asking the kids to read through a paragraph. Oh my God, I don't want to. I don't feel like it. It's boring. And that's why we see the decline of society, right? To where, I don't know, there was a study that came out to where the percentage of kids attending college, the rate has collapsed. The legitimacy in terms of the workplace and jobs that people are pursuing is not, it's unorthodox now. It's not the norm. So we're seeing slowly but surely how these things are affecting us as a society over time. People aren't seeing the big break immediately, but man, 50 years from now, I can't even imagine what these kids are going to be growing up into. So put the phones down. Put the phones down. The days where you went outside and communicated, you spoke to people, the days where you could walk down the street and actually keep your head up versus scrolling and walking into something, those days are done. So comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this, man. Peace, love, prosperity, God bless. We'll see y'all in the next video.